Donald Trump says the dollar is the most powerful currency in the world, but something strange is happening right now. First time, America's own friends, Germany, France, Japan, the countries that trusted America for 80 years, they are selling their dollars and buying gold. Now you thinking, wait, why would America's own allies do that? That is exactly the right question, because it means one thing. The world's trust in the dollar is quietly breaking. And this has never happened before. Not like this. Meanwhile, Warren Buffett, the man who has spent his entire life buying stocks, is just sitting on $300 billion in cash. Not buying stocks, not buying real estate, just waiting. When the smartest investor on earth stops buying, he is telling you something without saying a single word. And Morgan Stanley, one of the biggest banks in the world, just warned that the dollar could fall another 10% by end of 2026. Not a crash. Something scarier than a crash. A slow bleeding. The money sitting in your bank account right now, it is becoming worth a little less. Every single day. No breaking news, no update, no warning. So, why is this happening? Let me take you back to a normal Tuesday morning in America. A woman walks into her grocery store. Same list she has had for 6 years. Milk, eggs, bread, chicken. She gets to the checkout counter. $386. She stands there for a second because 3 years ago, same list, same store, same woman, it was $273. Nothing changed in her life. Same job, same salary, same family. But somehow, $113 just disappeared. And eggs. Let us talk about eggs for a second. In 2019, 18 eggs cost $1.57. Today, $10.99. Same eggs, same chickens, same carton, but nearly 7 times the price. She went home and wrote something on Reddit that stopped thousands of people mid-scroll. She said, "I only eat the scraps of what my kids leave now. I cannot afford to buy myself meat anymore." This is not a homeless woman. This is not someone without a job. This is a middle-class American in the richest country on earth, eating her children's leftovers. So what happened? How did the most powerful economy in the world quietly make its own middle class this broke? Without a single news alert, without a single warning. The answer starts with one word Trump used at his very first rally after winning the election: groceries. I won on groceries. Very simple word. Groceries. When you buy eggs, when you buy bacon, they would double and triple the price. The crowd went wild because everyone felt it. But then, 6 months later, that same man signed the biggest tariff order in 50 years. And a small business owner wrote this: "My wife's family business will likely not survive past this year. 40 years in business. Gone." And another person wrote, "Everything is 33% more expensive. My suppliers cannot even give me price quotes anymore because they do not know what the tariffs will be when the shipment arrives." This is not politics. This is not left or right. This is your grocery bill. This is your salary. This is your savings. And it connects directly to why Japan, Germany, and France are quietly selling their dollars right now. So let us go back to the real question. Why are Japan, Germany, and France, America's closest friends, quietly selling their dollars? To understand that, you need to understand one man. Richard Nixon, 1971. Nixon did something that changed every single wallet on Earth, including yours, forever. He disconnected the dollar from gold. Before 1971, every dollar in existence was backed by real gold sitting in a vault. You could walk into a bank and say, "Give me gold for this paper," and they had to give it to you. Nixon said, "No more." From that day, the dollar became backed by nothing. No gold, no silver, no physical thing. Just trust. Just the world's belief that America would be responsible with its money. And for 50 years, the world believed it. But then something started cracking. America's debt crossed $35 trillion. That is not a typo. $35 trillion. If you spent $1 every single second, it would take you over 1,000,000 years to spend that much. And that debt is not stopping. It is growing every single day. Then Trump came in and said, tariffs on everything, from everyone. And the world watched. And the world thought, wait, is America still the safe place we thought it was? Because here is what tariffs actually do, that nobody explains simply. When America puts tariffs on foreign goods, those foreign countries fight back. They stop buying American things. They stop trusting American deals. They start looking for alternatives. And the biggest alternative to the dollar is gold. So Japan sold dollars and bought gold. Germany sold dollars and bought gold. France sold dollars and bought gold. Central banks around the entire world bought more gold in 2025 than any year in recorded history. They are not doing this because gold is shiny. They are doing this because they are quietly preparing for a world where the dollar is not the king anymore. And here is the part that should make you uncomfortable. They knew before you did. Okay, so now you understand why the dollar is bleeding. But here is where it gets interesting, because while normal people had no idea any of this was happening, some people were already moving their money. Let me tell you about Warren Buffett. This man has spent his entire life doing one thing, buying great companies at great prices. For 60 years straight, that was his game. Apple, Coca-Cola, American Express, buy, hold, get rich. But something changed. In 2025, Warren Buffett stopped buying, not slowed down, stopped. He is sitting on $300 billion in cash right now, just sitting there, not touching stocks, not buying real estate, nothing. And people on Wall Street started panicking. They said, "Why is he not buying? What does he know that we don't?" Nobody knows exactly what he is waiting for, but here is one thing we do know. Gold went up over 30% in 2025, and it was not random. Think about it like this. Imagine your entire neighborhood decides to sell their houses at the same time. What happens to house prices? They crash because supply went up. Now flip that. Imagine every country in the world, Japan, Germany, France, China, India, all of them suddenly want the same thing at the same time, gold. But gold does not grow on trees. You cannot print more of it. You cannot manufacture it overnight. The supply is fixed. So when everyone wants it and nobody is selling it, the price does only one thing. It goes up. And here is the uncomfortable truth. One Reddit user said something that stuck with me. He said, "See where Trump's money is going. That is where gold will go." Now, I am not saying that is true, but I am saying when the President of the United States, the world's richest investor, and every major central bank on earth are all making the same quiet move, maybe it is worth paying attention, because here is the real question nobody is asking. If they all knew, why did nobody tell you? So, here is the real problem. Nobody sent you a warning. No news alert, no government notification, no text message saying, "Hey, your money is losing value today." It just quietly happened. Let me show you exactly what I mean. In 2020, $100 in your pocket could buy you a full week of groceries. Today, same $100, maybe 3 or 4 days. Same money, same number on the note, but completely different buying power. This is called inflation. But this time it is different, because normally inflation comes and goes. This time, the dollar itself is weakening, meaning even if prices stay the same, your money buys less, simply because the dollar is worth less globally. Double hit, prices up, dollar down, and the people who felt it first, not the rich. They have assets, stocks, gold, real estate, all of which went up. The people who felt it first were the ones with money sitting in a bank account, saving carefully, working honestly, doing everything right, and still quietly getting poorer. So what do you actually do? I am not a financial advisor, but I can tell you what the smartest people on earth are already doing right now. Move 1. Stop trusting cash alone. Cash in a bank account feels safe, but when the dollar loses value, that cash loses value with it every single day. The people who understood this earlier moved a small portion into gold, not all of it, not even half, just enough to protect against dollar weakness. Gold has gone up over 30% in 2025 alone. Your savings account probably gave you 4 or 5%. Move 2. Watch what central banks are doing, not what politicians are saying. Politicians talk. Central banks act. And right now, central banks are buying gold at record levels. When the people who actually control the world's money start moving quietly, That is the real signal, not Trump's speech, not the news headline, the quiet action. Move 3. Diversify outside the dollar. This does not mean move to another country. It means your entire financial life should not depend on one currency doing well. International stocks, commodities, real assets. When the dollar weakens, these things get stronger. The rich already know this. That is why they are getting richer even when everything feels expensive. Simple 3 moves. Not complicated, not risky if done carefully. But here is the uncomfortable truth. Nobody teaches this in school. So let me leave you with one last thought. In 2024, Trump ran on one promise: cheaper groceries. In 2025, eggs went from $1.57 to $10.99. The dollar lost 11% of its value. Warren Buffett stopped buying everything. Central banks bought more gold than any year in history. And your salary stayed exactly the same. Now, here is the question nobody wants to ask out loud. Was this a mistake, or was this the plan? Because when the dollar weakens, American exports become cheaper. Foreign countries buy more American products. American factories get more orders. American jobs, on paper, look better. Meaning, a weak dollar actually benefits certain people, just not the people standing in the grocery store staring at $10 eggs. So I want to ask you something directly. Right now, where is your money? Bank account, cash, stocks? Because the people who moved early, they protected themselves. The people who waited for a news alert, they are still waiting. Comment below. Do you think this dollar decline was a mistake, or was it planned? I genuinely want to know what you think.